Q&A time, guys. So, what's the next question? You claim to be a romanticist, but where is the romance in your novel? Wow, that's a good question. I have a lot to talk about it. When I was in the age group of 18 to 25, I used to write stories like this protagonist, male protagonist, is a multi-billionaire, sorry, multi-millionaire, and the girl is a poor girl from a lower middle class, and then they fall in love with each other. There's a hell lot of romance. They get married, they get separated. It used to be like a daily soap that I used to end up writing to forget dupattas flying, the female protagonist falling into the arms of the male protagonist, and then all the drama that one could possibly have, hate to love story. What I wrote at that point of time used to be really exciting, especially after I used to read and reread whatever I've written. I used to love my writing. But then, when I read through other novels from famous authors, I realized that I'm not writing anything unique. There's nothing new about the story that I have come up with. It is any other mill, boon, and romance stories which I've been writing. So I thought I should come up with something new, something that has my stamp on it, something which only I can write. So I came up with a storyline which is career oriented, so that people take inspiration from the female protagonist, who is a maid girl. In my view, she is a stupid girl. Bhumika is stupid. So do not take inspiration from her innocence and stupidity. Read the novel till the end and you'll know how strong she grows when she gets the good guidance from her surroundings. So that was what was my intention. I did not wish to glorify Bhumika and her submissive nature. I wish to glorify the way she grows in strength, character by the end of the novel, and I hope to make it as an inspiration for every girl who wants to break the tyranny of patriarchy. To be a romanticist, but where is the romance? So I would want to tell you that in my writing, I have the influence of a very famous author, Jane Austen, who wrote the book Pride and Prejudice, which is an all-time classic even to this date. Maybe she wrote the book in the 18th century, and she was against expressing any romance in her storyline, and yet her book became a success overnight. So, what happens is when we are young, in the age group of 18 to 25, we tend to act thrilled to everything we write. We tend to sensationalize everything that we try to write, and we fail to celebrate the finer intricacies of a relationship. So, after the age of 25, when I got into a relationship and when I got married, I started to appreciate the finer points of a relationship. It is like the first thing is being available for someone. Care, love is always there in a relationship, but being available, trying to support the other person emotionally, trying to be a protective partner when the other person doesn't realize that he or she is protecting him or her. So I thought that such acts in my storyline is an indicative of romanticism. I hope you people appreciate my point of view. I am not in favor of a story where there is stress on male chauvinism or overly feministic thoughts. Person I am personally. I do not like dupattas flying in the story or the dramatic moments where somebody falls into the other person's arms and the person runs from a yard's distance to save the lady. So all that doesn't happen in real life. So I sometimes when I write, I wish to stick to the real day happening. What is exactly happening in an office? You enter into an office. Do you directly fall in love with some guy? No, right? Unless and until you come to know the other person better, you would not have any emotions for the other person. So to have emotions for someone, you need a lot of reasons to like that person. Like we being girls, we do not buy a single shade of lipstick at a single go, do we do a lot of research on it. We go on internet, we check for the shades, we check for the brand. Then how can we all of a sudden decide on somebody that yes, he or she is the person? We need a staunch reason to like somebody, right? So to have that reason, it is not one reason. You need many reasons to like somebody. You want to see how he or she conducts himself or herself in his or her day-to-day life. You want to see how he would treat you when you are together. So there are many things that one has to knit together to come to the final conclusion of a love story. So that's what I'm trying to do. If it is becoming boring, I'm sorry guys, but I will try to make it more interesting for you people. A person who likes a little bit of practicality in an imaginary story too. Like, how can a rich man fall in love with a lower middle class girl? Or how can a rich girl fall in love with a lower middle class guy? Have we seen it happening in our day-to-day life? Maybe one or two cases might be there, but in reality, marriages and friendships normally happen between equals. So that's what I am trying to stress. That's what I had to say in my favor. Please read my web novel on Wattpad, Behind the Wheel by Archana Ramakrishna, and rate me there, add reviews. I'll be very happy to get your feedback. And in case if you have any criticism, do let me know. I should be happy to answer to all of them. Thank you.